Our Geiger counters went mad when we broke down a door into the basements. We ran. Just dropped everything and ran. The Survivor. A Norcom Union Story by Nicholas K. Part 2. Day 71. Barely conscious. Breathing hurts. The fever's like fire burning in my head, but I can't stop shivering. I'm so thirsty, so tired. Managed to pull up the grate and crawl into a storm drain yesterday. Got a bottle's worth of water from it. Feel hopeless. The water down here is as toxic as up topside. Boiled the hell out of it. Didn't vomit after drinking it. Maybe there's more water down there. Haven't puked in a few days. At least the fighting has died down. I slept a bit last night. Hope tonight is the same. Day 73. Still here. Took some expired meds I found last night. Still not dead. Fever seems less intense. Maybe expired doesn't always mean poison with medicine like it does with food. Dunno. Tried the purifier again, took apart the filter pods, and got some of the dust out. Not much help, but better than nothing. Every sip I take is a gamble now. Dunno where my next drink will come from. The fighting flared up again for a little bit today. Sounds close, but at least it's not right overhead like last week. Can't make out who's fighting who anymore. Doesn't matter. I just gotta stay hidden till they finish each other off. Day 75. Strength's fading. Managed to get to the surface and found a walker, like what the old people used to use to help them walk in a wrecked handicap supplies store when looking for more meds. Walking is easier now. The city's dead, strangled on its own ashes. I was sitting down outside the store to get a drink when I heard a familiar sound, like the engine of a truck idling nearby. I found it outside a warehouse near the medical supply store, and then I saw them. The army guys from before, the ones who gave me the water purifier. But they're different now. Their uniforms are ripped, stained, and faded. Their faces are hard and cold. They left shortly after I found them, but their progress was slow, so I followed at a distance, out of options, hoping that maybe they would help. Day 76. The army guys recognized me and vouched for me to their group. The group wanted to kill me. They screamed and argued about plague and radiation sickness until their medic looked at me. He declared me not to have the plague. He said it looked like food poisoning, not plague. He gave me some intravenous saline and a bottle of antibiotics. I stared in awe at the setup. Do they have more of these things? Are they getting resupplied? They welcomed me reluctantly after the medic cleared me. They didn't ask any questions after that, and I didn't offer answers. They have meds, food, water, and a chance for me to beat this sickness. They need hands. I guess it doesn't matter who I am, as long as I can work. Day 78. The air's thick with poison, radiation, they say, from the hundreds of nuclear reactors that had powered the orbital ladder, but weren't destroyed when they fell from orbit. Some of them are damaged and are burning like radioactive building fires. Now, they're slowly killing the world. Life with a convoy is a cautious existence. I've decided this group is some sort of militia made of survivors, led by members of the disbanded People's Liberation Army. We avoid the major battles, scavenging what we can. I've seen the signs of radiation sickness in others. I overheard talk of a plan, something about going back to Jingjinji to reclaim something vital. They aren't telling me much, though. Day 80. Today was my first full day with the convoy. At least my first full day healthy enough to work. We packed up camp and moved at about the time the sun should have been coming up. It's a different world in the convoy. Everyone has a role. I'm the new guy. Bottom of the totem pole, they said, so I get the leftovers. Watch duty, cleaning, and helping with repairs. Fine by me. I'm not a fighter. I don't even know what these guys are fighting for. Day 81. We passed by a group of survivors and stopped for a while. They tried to get more people to join, but we left quickly when the medics saw their radiation burns, the vomiting, and the clumps of hair coming out of people's heads. We left as soon as the medics realized what was going on. I still hear the people's desperate cries following us as we drove away. Everyone wears their masks, like a second skin now, even the ones who thought the smoke and dust weren't so bad. Gas masks, painting respirators, and strips of cloth tied around their faces. Just anything they think will help them breathe. Day 82. Getting to know my new friends now. One of them calls himself Jin Ron. He gave me a new gas mask with a bag full of handmade filters. He said it belonged to one of the guys I met back on day 35. I asked what happened to him. He didn't answer me, just said I'd better keep it on if I want to fight and move when I have to. I think he's just glad to have another familiar face around. Day 83. We passed through a large residential compound today, or at least what was left of it. It got hit hard by the orbital ladder's collapse. The convoy stopped to scavenge, and my group went into what used to be a pharmacy. The shelves were mostly bare, but we found some bandages and aspirin. Our Geiger counters went mad when we broke down a door into the basements. We ran. Just dropped everything and ran. The guys all have that far-away look in their eyes now. I know what they are thinking of. Who they are thinking of. I'm thinking of them too. Day 86. I'm getting used to my new routine. But the nights are hard. Too quiet. Way too quiet. The buildings are like ghosts in the fog. Feels like every window has someone in it watching us, judging us. The medic's been teaching me basic first aid. Says it's good for everyone to know. I agree. It's something to do at least. Gives me a purpose beyond just surviving. Takes my mind off the quiet. Day 88. We heard a broadcast today from one of the truck's ham radios. Static mostly, but then a clear message. Stay away from Jing-Jin-Ji. No explanation, no follow-up messages, no replies when the radio operator tried to hail them. Everyone's on edge. Day 89. Today was tough. We found a family hiding in a cellar. Mum, Dad, and a surviving child. First in a couple of days. They were sick, really sick. Radiation sickness, the medic said. I got to take a real good look at what it's like when it's this bad. We couldn't bring them with us. Not enough meds to go around, not enough of anything. We left them with some food and water. It didn't feel right, though. I saw the convoy commander give the father a small pistol and 3 rounds. I can't stop thinking about them. How many people are there left? Most of the convoy has radiation sickness to varying degrees. Most of the guys wear rain smocks or tarps to keep the fallout from settling on their clothes too much. Day 92. The convoy's planning something big. I overheard the leaders talking about a push towards Jing-Jin-Ji. Despite the broadcast warnings, they think there's something somewhere downtown worth the risk. They won't tell me what it is, just that they need materials to repair the power station they took back out in the Westerland gangs. They're gearing up for a fight. They hang rubbish like tires and sheets of metal from the sides of their trucks like makeshift armor. I don't know if I'm ready for that. But I don't have much choice. I'm part of this now, whether I like it or not. We pick our way down the highways. We gotta make it to the G102 expressway. Then it should be a clear shot to downtown. Fires still burn, but when the winds shift just right, the city looms like the skeleton of an enormous, fallen god, rotting away here on Earth.
Ministry of Public Security, Division of Human Resources, Public Service Announcement. Citizen attention is required. Commissar Chen reminds you, subscribing and liking will be rewarded with increased rations. Commenting and sharing will be rewarded with a social credit boost. But failure to comply